Today is October 30th. The Yankees lost the World Series. All right, well, here we are at Yankee Stadium, recording right after the game ends. Hopefully the audio is decent enough. Jake's here, I'm here. I don't even know how long this is going to be. We've done these final episodes a lot, and usually it's whatever. Yanks lost, Jake.
Jimmy, Davis, everyone tuning in. Hey, how are you? I'll get it out of the way, just in case I forget at the end. Thanks to everyone. Another crazy season. We walked up to the stadium today, and people treated us like we were fucking Michael K or something. So that was nuts. But I think we're all feeling the same feeling of we got what we expected, but in a messed up way. This team that got to the World Series that maybe in a off season we'll feel better about. They really had an opportunity in front of them, and they blew it. And they blew it in a way that they couldn't fathom, that the whole fan base could fathom.
Yeah, they're probably still going to chalk this up to it's baseball, shit happens. No, man. You guys, this is what we've said about this team for a long time. The skills of baseball, the raw talent they have in spades. Judge homers, Jazz homers, Stanton homers. They get a lot of hits. Judge doubles. Judge makes an exceptional running catch.
Yeah.
Through 4 innings, or through 3.5 innings, they had scored in every inning. Cole had a no-hitter going. They were like, the skills and raw talent were on display. And then they showed Fat Joe on the Jumbotron to pump the crowd up. I said right away, no! That's the other thing. Yankee Stadium, PA, and all, they got to get your act together. You're crazy. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess, but we'll stay on the game. And then they just fuck up fundamentals and focus. Since 2018. Go back and find the episode when they got 4 games swept in Boston in 2018. They got swept all 4 games, 2018, and we said, what happened? Why are they so unfocused? How do they just lose focus? How are they so bad at fundamentals? And now we're 7 years running. Just this team would just lose focus like that, dude. Judge drops a ball that goes into his glove. Volpe, 5-0 game. The lead runner does not matter. Try and turn 2. Try and keep the double play in order. Tries to get the lead runner to Jazz, who doesn't play the game at third base. He has awesome raw skills of baseball, so he can get by. But he's not fundamentally sound as like an in-between third baseman. And Volpe short arms to throw. Jazz can't get it. Then Cole gets its bases loaded now, and Cole's got to do it all by himself. Strikes out the next batter. 2 outs now. And that was Lux and then Ohtani or something like that, or Smith and Ohtani. And then gets Mookie to weakly ground out, and Rizzo just lets the ball fucking roll to him as slow and flat-footed as he possibly could. And Cole doesn't cover. Cole has to cover. But Riz, if you're going to let it roll to you that slowly, look up and see if he's coming. Fucking Christ.
It was
5 consecutive outs, and the Yankees converted 3 of them. 2 of them, sorry.
Judge is as unacceptable as it gets. Closed his glove too early, maybe trying to double up the runner on first if he caught it quick, but it's a World Series game. These are things that if we talk about in a mid-season Cleveland recap, you're like, whoa, how bad was that? Oh, can't see that ever again. It's the World Series. All of that happened in 1 inning. 1 inning.
And the Dodgers were a much better team. I thought their lineup is much better, deeper. They were clicking. They were playing small baseball.
They're not a better team. They were better at being focused at baseball.
Yeah.
The Yankees should have won games 1 and game 5. They should be 3-2 heading to LA.
Yeah, but the Yankees beat themselves.
Exactly.
Glaber doesn't stop a ball when it's thrown in.
They are equally talented, but the Dodgers, They've been through this. They know what it takes. They've gone through the losses. They've gone through the highs. The example I used on Talkin Baseball, Max Muncy got told by the team, you need to play a better third base or we don't have a spot for you. We have Shohei at DH and Freddie at first. You need to get better at third base or we don't have a spot for you. So he got better at third base. He turned his metrics completely around. The Yankees traded for Jazz Chisholm, who hadn't played a day of baseball in his life at third base. We told Aaron Boone, we said, hey, you guys might want to sub him out late because some of the routine stuff, he's as naturally gifted as a player gets. It's awesome. He's awesome. I love Jazz. It's not a work ethic thing. He's never played there. And the Yankees look befuddled. What? Take him out. And it's just the whole mindset around the organization that leads to these mental lapses. They told us for a month that Clay Holmes was the best reliever in baseball. Go check out the whole interviews during the month of June, I think. They all stepped in front of the mic and they were like, well, Clay Holmes is the best reliever in baseball. We got to get him a walk-up song. Do you still think he is?
Also botched the walk-up song.
It's just false belief that they think is belief. And they had that same thing today. When it was 5-0, they thought they already won this game. They were on the plane to LA. And then they embarrassed themselves.
Dude.
3 errors in 1 World Series inning. 0 earned runs. Garrett Cole dropped it today. We should be talking about Garrett Cole for 8, Luke Weaver for 1.
Why did Luke Weaver not start the inning? They bring Canley in when Weaver's going to get 6 outs anyway. And Weaver got the fucking job done. Yeah. The only runs that scored were sac flies. They weren't his runners. They were Canley's. He got all 6 fucking outs. How is that game not called to Weaver, dude?
Should have been.
What are you doing?
It's because they don't focus.
He didn't get all the outs because Leiter had to come in and get the outs at the end. Whatever.
Yeah.
But there's no... They just think the fundamentals, you're a pro, you're fine. But then the minor leaguers that go through the system say they never taught the fundamentals, dude.
Yeah.
There's just extreme focus lapses non-stop. Glaber doesn't stop that ball. Ohtani gets to third. That's like the game there.
Yeah. I mean, the Dodgers were ready to punt this game.
Volpe just straight up didn't score on a double when he was on second. There's so many things in this World Series that were not the Dodgers outskilled them, which I think they also did. They were just the Yankees are just
the Dodgers are a great team.
Fucking unfocused. And dude, like Joel Sherman has been harping on this in his articles. We've been harping on this. Like it's not like we are making this narrative up, but the Yankees just straight up don't believe it.
No. And I mean thank you guys again. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Everything helps. Man, it's embarrassing.
Offensive interference, and then 3 disengagements?
Yeah.
What are we doing? You're embarrassing yourselves.
If you're hearing any extra noise right now, the Dodgers are starting their celebration on the Yankees field.
Where the Yankees played New York.
Where they played New York, coming off the field. They care so much about their image and how they're viewed, and some of the little stuff they do is insane. And credit to the Dodgers, who they went on and they continued to kill.
Treated through 45 pitches. They had to go to Walker Buehler at the end there. It was all set up for them to win this game. They got Flaherty out early.
They were up 5-0 and they gave up 5 unearned runs. That's one of the biggest World Series embarrassments of all time. I don't have to look it up. Then
one game they won, the Dodgers threw pitchers they didn't give a fuck about. It's true. Dodgers fans can. This was the definition of a gentleman's sweep.
Yes.
The one game the Yankees won, the Dodgers shrugged. This game, the Dodgers wanted to win. Once they got in, he used all of their relievers.
They got a 6-out inning. They were planning on not winning, and then they got a 6-out inning.
How does that fucking happen, dude?
I don't know. Maybe
tighten it up.
Maybe it's better for us to keep a more honest thumb on the franchise, because when they were up 5-0 in the 5th or whatever, in the 4th, I think all of us were like, hey, let's bring this back to LA. Maybe Rodon will be special. Maybe they'll go nuts in the lineup. No. The one game you won was against Dodgers AAA pitching. So you got to the World Series in one of the easier paths to get there in recent memory. And yeah, I mean, we
look at this tweet I got from 315
tweet
Cough.
update. Tweet update.
Third most unearned runs allowed in a World Series.
It's 5 games.
Fourth most men left on base in a World Series.
It's low.
He said, would be a bad loss in late April. But this is what they did all year, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the funny thing. No Yankee fan was surprised. Like, I think if a team did this in a World Series game and you did a pan to the stands, you'd see fans like in shock. Like, what? My team just collapsed? Like, no way. Yankee fans were just kind of like, yeah, this team does that. And that's insane. That's insane. That shouldn't happen. The Yankees lost game 1 on a relay throw that Glaber didn't field. That could have been coached out of them the past 7 years, but instead you said, no, we're the laissez-faire Yankees. They'll figure it out. They're talented. No. You've treated Volpe like the king of the world, and he had a fun postseason, man, and I hope he builds on that. But, man, that kid could have been taught lessons along the way. I don't know.
Verdugo had a worse season than Joey Gallo.
We saw a kid cry tonight.
That actually really broke me out.
We saw a kid cry tonight because he's a 9-year-old that likes baseball, and he didn't think the Yankees would lose like that.
That made me sad.
I don't know. You hope it gives them a taste for this and trying to get better. This Dodger team lost a couple times along the way.
My only hope is like Wells, Jazz, and we'll get into all of this as we go. They can make adjustments. You know, like Mookie was 0 for 11 or whatever last playoffs and 0 for in the last playoffs, and he came in the spring training and said, I'm not doing that again. I'm going to figure out how to make sure I'm in a better spot come postseason to face these pitchers in these situations. And this is their first time doing it, so I hope that. But do I think the Yankees will learn from this? They'll say no. They were proud of themselves for losing the wild card game in 2021. They'll say no.
It's the roar of the Dodgers celebrating. And yeah. Dodgers signed Ohtani. They got Yamamoto. They brought in Teoscar for a year. Yeah, I don't know.
What was the other blunder yesterday? Volpe didn't score from second on the Wells thing.
Glaber didn't turn the double play.
Glaber didn't turn that double play, which cost a run.
They both homered in that game, so we said, okay. And that's what
But, like, if you were to do a montage of blunders, fuck.
No.
And, like, not even having anyone to pinch it for Verdugo at the end there. Like, not even establishing that along the way.
Right.
Calling Dominguez up earlier and say, hey, dude, you might have a role on this team. It might be to pinch hit in certain spots. We want to practice that down the way. We're going to get you reps here.
Dude, he could have been the starting left fielder for the whole postseason if he got called up like a week earlier and caught fly balls. So, yeah, I don't know. It's weird when you go to a game, you have some images that get stuck in your head. There was one guy sitting below us that had one of the weirdest bald patterns I've ever seen, so I was thinking about you.
Wasn't a lot of balls.
I didn't point him out. It was too bizarre.
I think it's a little colder. Like
it was too bizarre.
In the summer, they let the sun on there grow it a little bit. With
I have an image.
I wanted to fight the guy next to us.
I have an image of
heart.
Oswaldo and Dominguez on the top step of the dugout, watching the fifth inning, wearing numbers 95 and 89. And it's just symbolic of the Yankees not getting it. Oswaldo's been a part of the team for a while. He probably likes 95 now because he's one of the nicer, coolest people I've ever met.
He does. They offered to change it, and he said, fuck you. They either choose to treat you like you are the king of the world. You are Anthony Volpe. You get handed everything. And, dude, I still have high hopes for Volpe. He showed us some stuff this postseason, defensively, whatever. Focus.
Just a reminder, what we've passed on the past couple years. Glaber and Volpe had great postseasons, and everyone was like, well, yeah, they got some rest, and they were focused. They took the game more seriously. It's not it's 162 and baseball happens. It's, no, we need to win today. And the Yankees just need more of that. Like, it's 162 attitude should happen the next morning. The next morning you wake up and you say, okay, we got a new game today. I got to go out and do my thing. Paul O'Neill used to practice swinging the outfield.
Are we doing fireworks?
I don't know what that was. Oh, yeah, there's some flares out there. I don't know, man. I don't know. You want to know, it was a dark conversation me and Joe's McFly had the other day? How tough they were on Gary Sanchez and how much better he was than any young player we've seen recently.
Oh, yeah. I mean, dude,
They treated Gary like dog shit, and he is on the fastest to 100 homers list.
They got rid of Girardi because he was too hard.
Come in, Joseph.
He was too hard. And they haven't developed a prospect since.
What's up?
Who have they developed since? In this era, what young prospect has come up and succeeded?
Judge.
But that's
Since Judge.
Judge was Gary.
Right.
Yeah.
Joe, you were listening, and you're a very well thought out guy, and I respect your thoughts. Go eat.
Listen, man, I think this game was like the encapsulation of the season, basically.
Yeah.
It felt like, boom, they gave you this hope. They show you all of this promise with the offense and all of that stuff. Garrett Cole was awesome. You have the formula to win this game today. Now, I don't know, obviously not. They weren't going to beat the Dodgers. They got down 3-0, but this whole series kind of put into your face, hey, you know what? Maybe work on these fundamentals, dog. Like, I don't care if they're major leaguers. They don't even position themselves correctly when they have to cut balls off. Like, it's just like little things like that. And the Dodgers showed you, bro, every game that they lost, even the games that the Dodgers are trying to give away, the Yankees were still fundamentally like keeping the Dodgers in the games.
There's a world where they lose to the Dodgers and we say, shit, Dodgers outplayed us.
Yankees beat themselves game one.
They beat themselves so many times in the series, and they were bad at that all year.
You know what bothers me is that they're gonna take this as like almost like, you know, we're close when it, you know.
Yeah, but you are, but
you
build
are,
off
but
it and learn what went wrong and how can one team make so many fundamental mistakes in a series. And if that is not something they take away from this, then we're lost, man. We're lost until Boone's 10 years run out. That's what he said. We like a manager to be around for 10 years. And we're lost until, and hopefully the next person that comes in really is just fucking hard ass, dude. This was never
Players might not
a
like that,
problem. This bad fundamentals was never a fucking problem. Game awareness was never something we complained about.
Did you look at anyone on the Dodgers and say, whoa, they're not fundamentally strong? No, they got motherfuckers that can play every position and well.
I think Tommy Edman made an error at shortstop, but it was like on a really good. It would have been a really good play, with the little Rizzo play that was up the middle. But other than that, there was not. They played clean, and that's how a championship team should look. Like, you got to make all the outs, bro. Like, the fact that you hit a ground ball to shortstop and that is not converted into an out. And Volpe has been awesome, but you got to know, like, it's just awareness. Like, you're up 5, just get an out. I mean, that was tough. That 5th inning was like one of the toughest things that I had to watch, knowing that we had exactly the formula that we needed to get back to LA. I don't know. At the end, you wanted to have these guys. You had a 1-run lead, and Weaver was out there anyway. Why didn't you just start the inning with him? You guys probably talked about that already, but it's like, I don't. Aaron Boone's a nice guy. I don't think he's the guy for the job, bro. I don't think he's the guy that the Yankees eventually win their next World Series with. I don't think so. I think that when it comes to certain decisions that he doesn't want to make certain things because he doesn't want to ruffle certain feathers or like be a bad guy to some. Sometimes you got to be the manager, bro. Like,
Yeah.
and you owe it to the other 26 guys on the roster to, you know, maybe either discipline this one guy or like maybe shuffle around this other guy.
Yeah. Clay was awful. He was only a closer because they made him a closer. So like they signed him as a free agent to be the closer. Crazy. I'm going to end it with this soundbite from Jeter.
What did you accomplish? You lost.
Hasn't accomplished something by at least getting to the World Series.
What did you accomplish? You lost.
Awards and accomplishments, though, which is the one that's most special to you? We'll go down that.
When we win, that's it.
Isn't that plain and simple for you, though?
Yeah, I mean, that's why you play.
Isn't winning or misery for you?
Yeah.
What's misery like for you?
It's tough. You play to win. Yeah, in anything. If you want to race me down the street, I'm going to beat you.
Yep.
Because it's black and white for me. So I don't think you're happy finishing second or happy getting to a World Series. The goal is to win. If I don't win, then not fun to be around.
So what's worse, 2007 or 2001, 2003? You get to the World Series, but you lose, or not even making it to the World Series?
I mean, how do you rate losing? You know
It's
what I
all
mean?
misery to you.
I've never understood it. You know, well, it feels better because we made it to the World Series and lost. Why is it?
My phone died.
Jeter
But yeah,
raised me. He's right.
Jeter raised me. That's how I feel about shit. It's crazy. That is not what they'll say.
No. How do you rate losing? You lost.
I feel very bad for Garrett Cole and nobody else.
Stan.
I mean, you can say like Soto, but I mean, Garrett Cole got fucked today.
Yeah, Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole had it. Dude, he was
That
making.
should have been a legendary start.
He was making the Dodgers invisible. The first 4 innings.
Yes.
Oh, who's up? Doesn't matter.
Cole was spectacular. I loved everything that I seen from Cole. He showed up. They showed a video of him, like I guess when they lost, he was slamming. He slammed like the, you know, in the dugout they have like these poles or whatnot. He like slammed it. He said, he said, like,
Dude, there's no vibe of let's make changes. They don't change a lineup.
I want to kiss you.
They don't make it do any adjustments. It's just
We heard from people that work at the stadiums that said the Yankees were celebrating yesterday's win, and they were like, "We're gonna win this thing." You did nothing. You got embarrassed. I'm kind of done. Thank you guys. It's unreal that we get to do this as a job. You guys are the fucking best.
Awesome streams.
Life will be cool again another day. Go
I'm gonna
Yankees.
do
Sorry
Halloween
to the
with
kid
my
that
kids
cried.
tomorrow. I'm gonna be very happy, so don't worry about me. This is just baseball emotions, and I'm mad. See ya. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.